If you can't find good workers, it's not your fault. Actually, it kind of is. The market for sure, but I'm not going to sit here and say that is it's not your fault. Yeah, it's a harder market to hire great people. Construction, and I don't mean this to be insulting, but the job offer, it might be the value you're bringing, it might be things they're picking up on about your business that are they're saying, hey, this isn't for me, and maybe they're talented, maybe they're skilled, maybe they have great things to bring to the table, but they're feeling or sensing different things that are turnoffs for them. And it's one thing to just offer training. It's another thing to really show them evidence of you're invested in training them and helping them grow with a clear roadmap for success. It's more than just pay. Gen Z, relatively speaking, are making less than millennials did when they were the same age as Gen Z. When millennials were in their early 20s, millennials were making more money than Gen Z are. So Gen Z are in a harder market too. So that is a big factor in construction and in home remodeling because, if you're trying to get a helper who doesn't have a lot of experience, it's hard to bridge that gap of how much do I pay this guy if he's not bringing that much to the table, and then he can go work somewhere else that he could make more money at. So that's definitely a challenge. The solutions to that is if the business can have better offer, marketing, and sales, then the business has more profit. If the business has more profit, the business can pay more for those younger guys. And then it's simply a process of having plenty of guys apply. So you're vetting lots of different leads, really, but it's leads from the HR side for coming into your team. And then you can pick and choose whenever you spot somebody that looks like an A player, even though they're Gen Z, but they look like an A player, somebody you want to invest in long term. You're ready because you have the funds, you got the war chest where you can say, you know what, I'm going to pay this guy more. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to give him 3 months. I think he's an A player. Everything's telling me A player. So let me give him 3 months and see if that's true. And I'm willing to invest in this guy and see what happens. So workers are out there. Just to say that too, like have hope. Great workers are there. Just it might be a little harder to find them. And I think having yourself in a position to where you can receive them into the business, where they're attracted to the business, is a lot of the challenge to focus on modelers, and then having everything built where they can come. And because I don't think charisma alone is enough to attract them, or just promising growth for them or training for them. It might not be enough. I think these days it's they're going to be a little more savvy, a little more selective. They know that people need great guys, and if they know they're a great guy or girl, a great worker, but they're an A player, they're going to be selective to try to find that A player company. And I think A players are few and far between. My guess is about maybe one in every 50 people are an A player, maybe one in every 100. It's kind of hard to say. I think it might be one in every 100. So I think getting a lot of reps in, talking to a lot of people from the HR side, pipeline of leads coming in as new employees or contractors, subcontractors in your business, important to where you're talking to a lot of people. And then whenever you smell somebody that might be an A player, you notice it, you sense it, you're ready to jump on that opportunity. Because if you can get one A player, that's worth 10 B players right there. If you can get one A player, that's potentially a supervisor or manager in the future. Even if they're Gen Z coming in, it's like, yeah, they could just have such an impact to where you can go on vacation and not be worried about the business. Like you think about the return on investment for your family and style just from simply having one A player. And then think about this. What if you had a team, everybody's an A player? Now they're all excited to work with A players because typically A players don't work with each other. So they love working together. Typically they're having to drag along B players and they're fighting with C players. So it's a very painful thing for them. They want to win a lot because they know they do a great job. And so anyway, those are all things to think about. Is ultimately you want to cut the C players and you want yourself in the best position possible to get as many A players as possible. And then you're really in a position to step away because everything's going to grow without you.